Next speaker is Mr. Jayadev Chandrasekhar. Jayadev is a software architect working in Silicon Valley with over a decade of experience in architecting and building many of the large scale systems at Yahoo. And he currently leads some of the machine learning and AI efforts at Netflix in California. And I used to joke to him that he's doing machine learning at work and human learning or higher learning in his voluntary time. And apart from being a student of Indian Institute of Science and Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning, he's really involved in this wonderful initiative of empowering next generation of children with values-based education, and is a volunteer of Each One Educate One Foundation. Over to you, Jayadev.
Thank you, Arvind, and greetings to all the dignitaries. Just listening to all the people, I should start with saying that I'm really humbled just to be here and to get this opportunity. It's very inspiring set of people, and also very privileged to even talk about this particular cause. So as I think some of the speakers already pointed out, and as Karamji has told, that to develop India is to develop the villages in India. As Gandhiji has said, the India breeds in villages, right? So when we talk about new India and modern India, we should not forget the fact that 70% of the Indian population is still in rural areas and dependent on agriculture. And unlocking the human potential of India is hidden there. There is a lot of human potential hidden there, and unlocking them is where the national building is going to start. And the education system. So when you talk about empowering people, think about what the best way to empower a person. It's education. And when you think about our own lives, most of the things that we have now is because of our education. And what if we can empower these 70% of people? Think of the potential that it can come up in our country. Next slide. And while talking about it, some of us like-minded people who have got this kind of education in our past, we thought, what if we can provide a foundation, provide a platform really, where people can actually educate one more person. That's how the Each One Educate One mission was formed. And our vision was, can we have a world, or in a country or a world itself, where every child has access to free, quality, and value-based education. Next slide. And you might wonder, okay, that's a great goal, but is it really practical? And I think it's absolutely practical. And that's why we call it the paid forward model. Like few of us, all of us rather, who have received this education and who understands the value of it. What if each of us can help one or two, a few more, extend our family? I have 2 kids. What if we extend our family to a few more children who can be given this education? And a more important turning point came to me when I visited one of these campus, and when I saw some of these children who passed out, and I realized for them, it was a life-changing experience. It was not just another education. For them, it was like a treasure, an education that they never thought they will receive, and how they embraced it. And more importantly, when I observed what happened to them after the education, the dedication that they had, they all wanted to come back and serve. In fact, many of the teachers are the children who passed out of this place. And the dedication that they have, that's when I realized there is so much I can do as an individual, but empowering these children, they are where Abdul Kalams and Vivekanandas are hidden. Our system, early on, we realized it has to be on 4 pillars. One is education has to be free. In many of these rural areas, there are families who cannot even afford 5,000 rupees for hostel. So it has to be given free, and that's the only way we can democratize it. At the same time, it has to be value-based. You should remember, when you are empower an individual, it's important that a person is empowered with right values. And that is when he'll become useful for the society. And it has to be holistic. As you all know, that education cannot be one-dimensional. If somebody is interested in music, that should be blossomed, or art, or sports. So education, the holistic and value-based becomes a key pillar. At the same time, this is not something that we can do alone. It has to be a societal participation. So our goal was to actually provide a platform where anybody who wants to support can easily come in, to provide educational institutions where such value-based education can be done. As a starting point, we started with Karnataka for 5 years back. And our goal was, can we have an institute of this sort in rural areas, in every district of Karnataka? And you'll be amazed. And this is something, a saying that our master has said, that if you have a selfless mission, the whole universe will conspire to make that happen. And we have literally seen that when we started with this, we did not have the entire plan, but how the people in the villages jump into help. Currently, we have 24 such schools in 18 districts in Karnataka. In fact, one of the big learning lesson in the last 5 years has been that girls' education, the focus on girls' education, in many of these rural areas, that was a key that we learned. In fact, this year, we are starting 5 girls' schools, and one of them in Madurai. It's in the foothills of Karnataka, foothills of Kodaikanal. It's in a tribal belt where the facilities are much difficult to get, and we are very excited by the ripples that it's creating already there. Similarly, next slide. The other important thing that you should remember is when people typically hear about free education, anything free, people don't normally associate quality with it. But one of the things that we really wanted early on is that we should not compensate on quality. We don't want more educated, more quantity people. We want people of quality. You know how much one person can make a difference. One Abdul Kalam, what difference he has made. So it's not any other campus. Most of our campuses are 30 to 50 acres. It is equipped with computer labs, especially in these rural areas. Sustainability is a very key aspect. These children are integral to creating rainwater harvesting systems, planting trees. I visited some of this campus. You should see the vegetable gardens they have created, the art programs that they have, the yoga classes, sports, music. These are all integral part of it. And I put this picture in there to give you a view of how these institutions look like. When I say of quality, what it really means. We call it edifices of education because these campuses are majestic, are like palaces in rural areas. I have visited one of these campus, the Mandya campus in the third row, and people who are in Bangalore, I really encourage them to just visit the campus. It is just an eye-opening experience. Just going there in the middle of nowhere, there is this majestic institute, and all the rural area just gravitate towards a particular place, and just seeing the smile of children there, that changed my life. And this particular change is not just individual
Idea of
transformation.
girls' education never existed in the communities from where these girls come from. In fact, we had to plead many parents to get their girls admitted in our colleges. With batches of girls completing their education and going back to their communities, today the perception of education has completely changed. Today, increasingly, parents are coming to put their daughters in our schools and colleges.
When you empower girls through holistic education, an entire nation gets empowered. The world is transformed.
As I said, that is Pragya Yadav, who is director of one of our girls' institutions. And we are very inspired to see how this has changed, not just individuals, the villages and the community when they went back. And that brought us to this noble goal. Can we have such an institute, a model school in every village in India, in each of the 600 villages? Is that possible? It is, if each of us can educate one, at least one more. Please join us in this. Contact us to know how you can help us, volunteer, or even contribute for the education of a child. Expand your families by adding few more children. Contact us at visit the website eveneven.foundation or info@evenevenfoundation.org. Thanks a lot again for this opportunity. Thank you.